Blame Truth here, bringing you more XDefiant. I will be playing a very heavy flanking build on this domination game and just trying to disrupt the enemy. It's going to look like I'm not really playing the objective, but I think constantly flanking the enemy and constantly disrupting them and annoying them is a pretty good alternative way to play the objective. I love XDefiant because it really does give you tons of different ways to play the game, and the different objective modes as well have different metas within them. I don't know, man. I'm digging it. I'm still digging it. Like, I think I have 17 hours into the game so far. Still loving it. One particular entity that does not love XDefiant, though, is Call of Duty. Call of Duty is running scared. Call of Duty is kind of like this player on the opposite team here, SamJMick. If I represent XDefiant, my character, and SamJMick represents Call of Duty, you're gonna see SamJMick, aka Call of Duty, just eventually start crying like a baby and rage quit. Now, I'm not trying to go out of my way to kill SamJMick. He just happens to be on the routes I am flanking on. I mean, it's kind of his fault, especially since this whole build's designed to flank around. I mean, here he is again, and I actually kill him with, like, the very last bullet of my MP7. I'm so sorry, SamJMick, but yeah, he's gone. See you later, buddy. See you later. And XDefiant, I think, can kind of, I don't know, relate to this. Again, if XDefiant is me and SamJMick is COD. Let me just show you guys the news here. This is some good stuff, all right? Tom Henderson tweets, in its first week, XDefiant achieved 7.6 million unique players and has hit a concurrent player count of around 700,000 across all platforms. If we actually delve into the article here from Tom Henderson, he says, at the time of writing, XDefiant has approximately 7.6 million unique players, and multiple sources expect that number to reach 8 million by the end of today. Late last week, Insider Gaming reported that XDefiant had seen 1 million unique players in its first 2.5 hours, making it Ubisoft's fastest title to reach the milestone. 48 hours after launch, the game had 3 million unique players. It's understood that a unique player means that the player has downloaded the game and opened it for the first time. The internal goal was to hit 5 million unique players within the game's first month, a goal that has quickly been surpassed. So XDefiant right now is doing way better than anticipated, which is fantastic news. I've been talking about it on Twitter, and my Twitter, I mean, I don't promote it. Like, it's just a thing that exists. You guys can click it and follow. It's in the description if you want to. I don't really promote it. I actually deleted my OG Twitter just because I got sick of the site, but I made one just for following news. But my tweets have been popping off with XDefiant. Someone said they wanted a BR in XDefiant, and I quote tweeted it and said, let us just have a motherfucking, like, shooter without BR or Call of Duty influence attached to it. Got like 1 million impressions. I think it's like up to 17K likes or something like that. So XDefiant is way more popular than I initially thought. My video yesterday, the best performing video I've had on the channel, I think, since Modern Warfare 3 came out, and I was talking about AI bots and shit. So this game is a big deal. People keep saying, like, the money's in Warzone, the money's in BR, but, like, the money is in a good game. The money is in listening to the players, and there is, like, a hole where a competitive sort of a hero arena loadout shooter is needed. And XDefiant kind of fills that hole, fills that gap. And I think Call of Duty, truthfully, is scared, and this might be the best news I've showed you guys on the channel in years. Just literal years. Listen to this, look at this. Now, this is just a rumor, take it with a grain of salt, but look here, look, listen, to quote Wings of Redemption. Crashty, a reputable leaker on Twitter, reputable COD leaker on Twitter, had this to say. This guy says, the only problem is just fucking SBMM. I hope they're gonna delete it. Crafty says, I heard something about the SBMM of Black Ops 6 being somewhat softer. Abdu says, is it reliable? Crashty says, it's not just a rumor. Now, I'm going to report it as such, though. I'm going to report it as just a rumor. But think about it like this. I think Activision, I think Call of Duty, truthfully, is a little worried about XDefiant taking all of their multiplayer players. And I'm not even being facetious there. People say, like, Call of Duty is this big thing. And it is. It is. But Warzone's kind of the big thing. multiplayer has been dead in the fucking water. If I make a video tomorrow just talking about Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, that video is gonna bomb. It just is. There is no interest. The game's been out about 6 months now, granted, but there is just no interest. Like, Call of Duty does this thing, and it's been doing this thing for the past 5 years, where it releases a game, multiplayer dies within like 2 months, and then Call of Duty YouTubers are just kind of sitting there with their dick in their hand until the next Call of Duty rears its ugly head, and then we all do this song and dance all over again, and then people like Modern Warzone say Call of Duty Vanguard's a top 5 COD. Yeah, the only thing COD Vanguard was a top 5 game in is top 5 games that took years off my life for being so goddamn awful. That shit deserved to be buried in the landfill with E.T. on Atari. Awful, awful game, but I digress. Guys, I think XDefiant has seriously overperformed. And I think Call of Duty sees that, and I think they're worried. Is it a coincidence that they dropped all this Black Ops 6 stuff right after XDefiant released? I truly do not think so. I don't think so at all. And granted, the Black Ops 6 trailer stuff looks pretty good. I'm sure the campaign will be the best 3 hours of your guys' life. I'm sure that campaign will be a colossal 3-hour just romp. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure that zombies will be good. I'm sure that zombies will be good from now until the end of the year. Zombies YouTubers have been dying for this game to come out. Let them feast on the, one thing Treyarch has consistently done pretty well is zombies. But the multiplayer, my fucking god. Here's the thing. Softening SBMM is great. But how about we just call a spade and say that SBMM does not work? Can we look at XDefiant? Look at the hype this game has released with. Look at the nearly 8 million players, probably 8 million unique players that have checked out the game since it came out as of today, and say, hey, most people are here because they're sick of this stupid, rigged, casino-based matchmaking. And I've said this a million times before. I feel like a preacher in church. But hallelujah! Listen to me right here, okay? Skill-based matchmaking, or as I like to call it, engagement-optimized matchmaking, which you should watch my whole hit piece on that shit. I will link that at the end of this video. Check it out. I released it several months ago. Got a lot of views. It's worth watching. I deep dive into it. But skill-based matchmaking, aka engagement-optimized matchmaking, it's actually not there to retain players. It truly is not. It's there to sell bundles and breed addiction. What retains players, what truly retains players, is a good game. That's it. Bar none. A good game with problems, if they do exist, getting fixed. The devs listening, fixing problems, doing things right, knowing how to make something fun and engaging. I think devs that play their own game make better games, as is proof by the modding community and stuff like that. I mean, if you want to think about it, like XDefiant was made by an ex-Call of Duty dev and Aches, an ex-COD Pro player. Like, these guys play their own game. They are in tune with the community, and I think they really want this game to succeed. I, for one, am supporting the hell out of it. I, for one, enjoy the hell out of it, and I'm going to keep playing it until at least Black Ops 6 comes out. But even then, I'm probably going to drop it after a month or two, because we know the multiplayer is going to be shit. Even if you fix skill-based matchmaking and EOMM and all that. Like, the game, I don't even really know how to describe it other than it's not made with soul. It's not made with passion. It's not made by people who really, really care. It's not made to last. It's made to keep you entertained for like a month or two, and then you just go about your business and, fart around on Warzone with your boomer dad or whatever while he sits in a building and goes 1 and 2. And then you wait for the next game, and then you buy next game, and you just repeat the process. Granted, it is going to be on Game Pass this year, so that's good, but my god, I'm so sick of the yearly release shit. Stop it. Regardless of all this, if they do quote-unquote soften SBMM, Guess what caused this? XDefiant. Guess what caused this? Me complaining for the past 5 years, and others like me complaining for the past 5 years. We have had the balls to speak out against Activision and their bullshit, and now we have real change, real progress, and everybody is better off for it. Everybody. To anyone that tells you to stop complaining, show them this little clip and say, "Pound sand, motherfucker." You know, like, we got rid of SBMM. Straight up, because we complained. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.
Here's some parting advice.